Hey YouTube, welcome back. I'm getting ready to get started messing with the next little toy here. I just picked this up off the marketplace. I haven't really had a whole lot of time really to mess with it or do much with it other than just turn it on and make sure it works. I mean, the guy said it worked, but obviously that's the first thing you like to do is make sure it works. Obviously this is a Federal Signal Aerodynamic, older style with the steel beam bulbs in it. Based on the color combination with the lenses, with the red in the center, amber on the back side in the center, and the clear on the ends, kind of looks like the New York City, light bars that maybe somebody at some point switched and put some amber bulbs in there. Maybe they're trying to make a tow truck light bar or something out of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up. I'm going to check the number to see if it is a New York City light bar or if it was a clone that somebody might have made a long time ago. But either way, if it is or not, I'm going to order the proper bulbs, some red bulbs and stuff like that, put it in there just so I can make it look like it needs to. And then I'm going to go through and obviously clean the lenses. I'm going to try to polish them out. I'm going to try to polish first without doing any wet sanding. If that's not working so well, then I'm probably going to do a wet sand these with like a 1500 grit and then polish them back out to make them look really good. But let's go ahead and open this up and see what it really is. All right, so I got the lenses out of the way. Now, before I show you guys the tag, I want to kind of show you something real quick. If say you happen to come across one of these things online, marketplace or something like that, and you kind of want to get an idea if it might actually be a New York City bar before you drive over and look at it, especially if it's a pretty good distance away. Some of the stuff you can kind of look at, especially if you can see it in the pictures, is motor placement and power cable. All New York City bars, the motor is going to be on the driver's side facing the front of the bar, and you will see it through the lens, and the power cable is always going to be on your passenger side. If everything looks legit and you want to go check it out, you just got to look at your tag because there were clones of these bars. What you're going to be looking for is when you look at your tag, see we got that 24 RMVF 2Z. That 2Z is what's going to tell you that this was a New York City bar. The 2Z was essentially an internal code to let the employees know that this bar was a special order bar for New York City and had to have different specifications. Most of the specifications mainly revolved around the lighting itself because they did have an RMVF off-the-shelf bar, then they had the RMVF 2Z. And there's no real difference from one to the other because the RMVF pretty much stands for the R is for the rotators, the M is for the mid-size frame, the V is for the mirrors, and the F is for the flashers. And both those bars would have had the same things. Essentially what they wanted is New York City wanted their bars to have a higher output on their lighting. So the off-the-shelf bar would have had 4416 lights in the rotators, which is only a 30 watt. And then the 4414s in the flashers which are only at 18 watts. What they want to do is they want to increase that. So they end up going with a 4464 in the rotators, which was a 60 watt, which doubled the wattage of the light bulb on the rotators, and then a 4416 for the flashers, which was a 30 watt, which almost doubled the wattage for the flashers. So during daytime operations, the bars were much more visible, especially for oncoming motorists and stuff like that. And that was one of the biggest differences from the off-the-shelf to the New York City light bar. But let's go ahead and get this bar kind of finished up. My light bulb should be here very soon, and then I got to start working on the lenses. One of the other biggest differences between this one and the off-the-shelf RMVF is when New York City ordered these bars, they had them rotated 180 degrees. And that's why you'll see the motor on the driver's side facing the front of the bar and the power cable on the passenger side. Whereas the off-the-shelf bar, that would have been reversed. Now, I've gone online and done a whole bunch of research to see if I could pinpoint why New York City wanted their bar spun 180 degrees based on their specifications. And some things I've read was something to do with the lighting itself to just wanting the cord on the curb side of the car. Okay, so I've started the polishing process of trying to make these lenses look really good. And you can see I started with this one right here. It's definitely looking a lot better than it did before compared to the side that I haven't started on just yet. So pretty much the next step is to continue working on the rest of the bar and see if I can get the whole bar to look nice. All right, I gotta say those lenses buffed out pretty good. All right, so let's go ahead and turn it on and see her turning and burning. Okay, so here we go. This is my Federal Signal Aero Twin Sonic 24 RMVF-2Z NYPD bar. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.